Back to wrestling with Ski. Happy Friday to you. Happy very early to Friday to you. If you're up as early as I was. Um, there's a lot of well, there's a lot. There's not a lot to cover. Uh, let's say Raw, like it picked up a little, but it really didn't. I mean, it really was just a whole bag full of idiocy. Uh, I imagine. I mean, it just seemed like the crowd really wasn't all that happy. A lot of us weren't happy. I don't know why they keep doing all the same, like dumb, but they do. We'll get into that. 2.0, I thought, really stepped up and had good matches, across the board for most of the night. So, there's little stuff you can nitpick there, but it improved. And then Dynamite, I still think, had the best overall shows and matches for the week so far. Which again, you're just out there looking for good matches. We have 2 straight weeks again where AEW picked up the pieces on that one, and they haven't had a lot of those weeks. Because normally it's either really good or it's just really, really bad. So good on them. I mean, who's going to complain? That they're at least having good weeks. I mean, the ratings war that everyone talks about, it's not like it'll never be like it was back in the day with, WWE and WCW. They were just, that was the biggest bubble ever. And attention spans are too short now. How they've been writing everything for, really isn't helping their case. But, I think that at least their last 2 shows, being Dynamite and Rampage, deserve to have at least some, credit given to them, because, again, compared to last week's After Mania week, for all, like, it was terrible. Like, that was the worst for After Mania I can remember. SmackDown wasn't the best. So, at least they got 2. Granted, we could turn on, Friday, it could absolutely suck on Rampage and we could turn all that around. But for now, they won. So let's get to Raw. Again, had some moments. I mean, I did learn during Miz TV with Cody that I did learn a few things. I learned that they all think we're stupid because they keep pulling the surprise return of Cody Rhodes at Wrestle Mania. Like, everyone knew. I know they're just doing their job. I get it, but they could stop pretending. I mean, how many times can they say it makes a surprise return when they were literally arenas for weeks there before Mania with everyone cheering Cody? Like, the whole world knew. Don't insult one's intelligence. I know they're not trying to. They're telling the story and all that, but you could bring some more authenticity or some word, I don't know, to it. But yeah, surprise return. Like 3 or 4 weeks before Mania, they were Cody chants like at arenas during Raw. So we all knew it was coming. I'm just tired of hearing the same dumb thing. And I learned that Hannah absolutely hates Miz. And like, she hates him to the point where she doesn't even want to see him get, stomped out or anything. She just does not want to see or hear him, which, and that's really doing your job, I suppose, putting someone that far up the wall about you. So good on him, but it's very hard to watch anything that he's doing, whether it's matches or what, when she's there, because she just talks trash about him and complains about him the whole time, so you can't hear or pay attention to anything. But good on him. I mean, he still has the ability to just make everyone hate him, and he's somehow actually getting better at it through the years. Yeah, we all thought it was bad during the real world. No one liked him. Like, now, really, no one likes him. So good on him. I feel bad for Veer. Literally coming to Raw, like it said that for 7 months, and they give him Dominic. And you listen to the crowd. I'm pretty sure they were booing the idiocy of it, before it even got really stupid with the neck collar and the gurney and all that. Like, we just waited and waited and waited, and you had a maul Dominic, who weighs like as much as my cell phone. Like, whoever made that call, That was dumb. And a lot of those boos, I'm pretty sure, because a lot of people feel the same exact way I do, that was absolutely stupid. Like that long, and you're gonna make it him and Dom. Like that one won't make sense to me. I don't understand who came up with that half-cocked idea. Like, most people don't even care about Dom already. I think he's got talent stuff, but yeah, size, talking ability, like they didn't give him a character at all besides just being Ray's son for the most part of it. So I don't see the point. There's so much better they could have done for Veer. Maybe though, when they have Dom get taken out on the stretcher with the neck collar on, which by the way, those hard collars are uncomfortable if you have a big head, but maybe it's a way to get him off of TV so they can send him down to NXT so he could try to learn some stuff and figure out an actual character and develop down there. But they've had him on the main roster for so long, they didn't do him any favors with any of that. Granted, it was during COVID and all that, so it helped because they weren't in front of live crowds and everything all the time, I suppose, and they didn't have everyone there working and all that, so it got them experience. Well, some people couldn't come to work, some people they could only have so many people. Like it helped with that in a way, but can they send it to NXT? Yeah, because look what they did to Mandy and look how good it worked out. But bulk them up and get them down there so we could get an actual character. I think that's the best thing they could do for him, because again, he's literally been Ray's son this whole time. So maybe they will. Maybe this is just a way to get him off of TV, so he just shows up back down there and they could play it off as something. I don't know, but I feel bad for Veer because again, he was getting booed well before the mauling after the match and the gurney and all that happened. So maybe they'll give him someone good now that that's done. And I just find it to be a waste. It's pretty much everyone on the roster mauls Dominic. So no real dramatic effect when it came to that one. Don't know what to feel about AJ versus Priest match. They had a decent match going, and then everything with the lights and it just being done like that. I don't know. I have to figure that one out. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I was just nope. Bad for Ciampa because he's already up there saying that isn't Elias, it's his brother Ezekiel. Draw that integrity and honesty and straight to the pointness. Like now he's. I will say, Elias is 4 songs on that EP album, whatever you want to call it. There's actually a good song or two on there. So it's just weird not having Elias there. Just again because we waited that long for them to do something, and then that because we all saw the tombstone, that Elias is dead. You could have kept that Elias. See, it's that early. Got to turn my ringer off. But you could have kept that Elias alive without switching it to this Ciampa, and it's just not a good time, not a good scene. I don't like it. I didn't like Sonya being wasted, as Bianca's opponent. And I think Sonya is very talented. This is the way to get her back actually wrestling in the ring. I'd be okay with that. But again, I would be back wrestling in the ring and just feed her to, Bianca so she could lose me. What was the point of doing it? It was all waiting and waiting and waiting. Like, what would actually be the point? Because I don't see a point in giving Sonya the title, because which, I don't know. I don't like it. I think they could have done better, especially with all the people we've been waiting to see come back. Like, those are very large duds so far, in my opinion. Tamina and Dana doing their bachelorette party. And they're doing their bachelorette party with Tozawa and Reggie are literally like 9 feet away. And we get to see a stupid, double wedding next week. Who doesn't love those? They always turn out terribly. But positive note, we got to see Truth come out and give a speech about his baby being the belt. So Truth is alive and well, and that's the important thing to take away from all that. At least we know Truth's okay. There's just something about him again. He's entertaining. You can't deny it. He is entertaining. So good to see him. At least that brought some kind of anything with substance to this whole Reggie, Dana, Tozawa, Tamina love thing going on with double weddings. And God, it's so dumb, but No, and it's not like a train wreck or a car accident where you look at it from the other side when you drive by. I mean, this is just bad. And I don't know anyone that even like stays in the room while it's on. Like I completely zone myself out or hit fast forward. Like it's not good. So hopefully it ends. It's kind of like, Lana and Lashley, like it was just bad the whole time. So maybe this is just the way to end it. I don't see it happening, but we can hope that this is finally the end of it. But it's a wedding, which means it's going to carry on whatever level of stupid there is, because that's all they know how to do, no matter how much of a dumpster fire it is. And no one can tell me that it's anything other than that, because that stuff sucks. Again, not as bad as, Lana and Lashley when, his face makeup came off on her during their wedding thing. Yeah, I'll still remember that. And Liv came out as a lesbian lover of Lana. I mean, all kinds of stuff went on there, so at least there was that, but the whole thing was dumb regardless. So hopefully they do something. I don't have faith. It's good to see that Austin Theory lost to Pat McAfee at WrestleMania and gets a U.S. title match. Yeah. It carries on the level of dumb. Liv won, shocker, I know. Who didn't see that coming? To get her and Rhea women's tag, title match, even though I thought that was supposed to be this week. So I wasn't paying attention enough to everything going on in the world, but at least we get to see that before, I'm guessing, Rhea turns on her. And I find it to be a very bad sign for Raw in general when they have to have the Usos come over, to have matches on it and then beat the Street Profits. I mean, that should tell you how bad it is. Yeah, the Street Profits get their way into it, title matches, and now for Mania, and now the Usos are coming over and beating them within 2 weeks. It's a bad sign, like 2.0. And I'm sure you guys saw the rumors that they're supposed to, wanting to have someone from the main roster, at least one of them down there all the time, which should sum it up and pretty much proves everything that I've been saying and most people have been feeling. And I also will say, what the hell's the point of having Riddle next to the commentary table for the main event, not giving him a headset? Missed opportunity. First time I ever saw him when he came out, like it hurt my head, but yeah, he's grown on me. And I kind of, and him and Randy both there, being like, they could have gave commentary, they could have helped, they could have done, something besides just sit there. I think it would have added, especially, without Corey there, which I didn't miss. We didn't have to hear about the most beautiful woman in all of WWE, his beloved, all of that, didn't have to hear that repeatedly ad nauseum, because that sucks too. Yeah, they could have had them talk. King was good, but it would have added them to just, get something to it. But I mean, overall, there's just so much stupid. I will say again, the main event was a good match, but a lot of just weird and dumb in there that just didn't need to happen. I'm sorry for anyone that thoroughly enjoyed it or says I'm being mean. I'm just being honest, which most people don't seem to be able to do when it comes to wrestling in general. No one seems to be able to be honest about stuff, and it wasn't the worst thing ever. Like the Raw after Mania, when you're expecting all these, that's when Brock showed up. That's when all kinds of people show up. And like they gave us Ezekiel and Veer going after Dominic. And then the next week, I mean, at least there's something to it, but there's a lot of just what was the point and how bad is it when they're coming over here to do it? Like it's just bad. So better, and then a lot of them that we've seen, but still so far in the first, in those first 3 days, the 3 shows between Raw 2.0 and Dynamite, like it was on the bottom again in my eyes. You don't have to feel the same way as I do. You can comment and tell me I'm wrong, but I didn't dig it. I thought, they dropped the ball again, which is a shame. I don't get how the writers suck that bad, but they do. Hate to say it. 2.0 is miles ahead of it again. Just because matches, match-wise, Cameron Grimes, successfully defended the North American Championship against, Solo Sikoa. I thought they had a pretty good match going. Was I surprised to see Trick Williams get involved and the referee and Grimes didn't see it? No, I wasn't surprised. Did Grimes get the cave-in and the win off of that? Yes, he did. They put together a good match between it, though. We all know what Cameron Grimes can do in the ring, and we keep seeing more from Solo, which is, good. This was how, long of a time he hasn't been, on TV and in the picture. So you get to see a little bit extra wrinkle here and there from him every week that he's out there. And again, he's worked with, a lot of good people in the ring so far. And I think this one will be another good one. I mean, having Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams attack both of them afterwards, I think it's going to lead to some kind of tag match, obviously, so we could see them all. And we all know that Carmelo's talented as can be. There's something about Trick's face that just hurts my brain, but like that'll be a great tag match. We all know it's going to lead to a tag match. No one can deny it. They attack both of them, yada, yada, yada. It's going to happen. But they put together a good match to start out the show, which is what you need. You need something that doesn't completely suck to start out and get people vested and giving them another shot. So that was great to see. Mandy successfully defeated Dakota Kai to remain NXT Women's Championship. I like the black and gold belt better than the white, tie-dye thing, but that's another story. And that match wasn't a barn burner, but it wasn't the worst thing you'll ever see, which again is good. I think it's a shame that Dakota never got to be NXT Women's Champion in all of her time down there. Again, a lot of people feel the way, a lot of people don't, care, but she is talented. She's very talented. I mean, she's been a 2-time women's champion, so there is that whole thing going for her. I think they lost the titles really fast last time. The first time her and Raquel had them too, but she got to do it. She's a 2-time. Just her never having the title, because we know her time down there has got to be running out. So hopefully they give her something. But again, it was still good match. Toxic Attraction gets involved and Mandy wins with that knee off a distraction. Obviously, Gigi's backside looked fantastic in those pants, so good on that. Wendy Chu spraying with super soakers after the match. I mean, whatever. I don't have words for it. I didn't dig it. I was happy to see super soakers because, I never go looking. It's good to see, they're still around. Way more advanced than when I was a kid. But I just found it just dumb. It was stupid. Everyone has their own opinion. I mean, it carries on their thing in a way that makes sense to the character, I suppose, which, again, good thing. But spraying them down with super soakers, I mean, that's definitely one way to do it. So I just hope the match doesn't suck. When it finally comes to it, I hope the match does not suck. And that's all you can ask for, really, when it comes to any of that. As long, if you're going to tell me, all the super soaker stuff and the drinks and everything else that's been getting thrown around, at least make the match good. And I'll be okay with it all. Good matches do help, piss poor storytelling and stuff like that. So see how they go with that. Cora Jade looked good. It sounded actually really decent, cutting her promo until Natalia comes out and cuts her off. And Natalia gives a good one about everything until she goes heel and puts Cora in a sharpshooter. I still hate people tapping and flailing like psychopaths when someone has them in something when they're not in a match and they just keep I don't know. I always found that dumb even when I was a kid. But Natty's now the one that's down there. And then she put the rest of the locker room, all the females there, most of them, on notice. So maybe she'll be down there for a while working with all of them. I mean, that could be, how many people has she trained for the company going through it all? So it could be nothing but good for all of them down there to get to work with Natty. And again, look how many she's trained. She is good. Has she been champion a million times? No, but is she talented? Very much so. And again, there's so many, females down there that could probably use the help and experience, just having Natty down there with them. So I think it's a really good move instead of wasting her just in more dumb tag teams. Hey, well, you're going to be a tag team with her for a little bit now. Okay. Oh, now you're going to be I never liked any of that. I thought she was more talented than that. So good for her. Again, it depends on how long they keep her down there, but think of all the names down there. And then think of the names that we don't even know that are down there and everything they could be gaining from having Natty down there with them. She just simply stays down there without being on the main roster. I mean, that could be a wonderful thing. Well, she only goes to SmackDown. Like, it depends on how they do it, but her down there is definitely good for the women's division. Because when you look at it, and what do they have? I mean, they're trying to build Nikita Lyons, Lash Legend. Core's doing, good things, but not there. They got Mandy, who's, improving. And Toxic Attraction. We don't know what they're going to do with Dakota Kai. They just lost Raquel. Like, I'm sure Io is going to be gone soon. Like, they're running out of, and Kaylee Ray is there again, but we're mentioning people that are on TV. Like, think of all the ones that aren't. There's a lot of them. So good on them for having Natty down there. I hope they, do something with it and use it properly. And that led us to the tag team titles gauntlet match, which I actually thoroughly enjoyed. I enjoyed the last one. And I thought, best, but I thought they put together a great one. Creed brothers come out number one. They defeat Legado, who comes out two. They defeat Briggs and Jensen, who I thought put together one of the best Briggs and Jensen anything I've seen. They defeated the team of Grayson Waller and Sangha. Waller pulled off his thing, threw off the sling. He wasn't hurt. Shocker, he wouldn't be down there if he actually was, but they put together, a good match, and both Creed brothers got Sangha off his feet, and he's the size of a tree, so that makes them look even better. All I have to say is, like, can Sangha give Strowman his pants back? Like, I think those are legitimately like an old pair of Strowman's pants. Maybe it's my eyes playing tricks on me, but yeah, those kind of look like Strowman's old pants. But they got the win over them. And they end up falling to Pretty Deadly, making their debut to become NXT Tag Team Champions. I don't like looking at them. I thought it's probably one of the better matches they had in that whole tag team gauntlet match. So I'm not complaining about that. I just, people that come from NXT UK that, don't even get title shots and lose and have to do all this build and everything, get their name changed, and they come over and get it in the first try. So not really a fan of that, but I thought they put on a great match, so good on them. And again, the matches stuff made up it, for a little bit of stupid, and it made it shine miles ahead of Raw. And it's not that hard. All I have to do is do better and try. I'm not asking for much. Put forth a little effort, and things would get better. But mine's going to go Dynamite 2.0 Raw for the week. Just for out of those days, which ones were the best? Which brings us on to Dynamite. I will say the building looked really, really small, but it was filled and the crowd was getting it all night. Hannah even noticed. So I said, I'd go to that out of nowhere. I didn't think she was paying attention. So that was really, really cool. Punk defeated Penta. I enjoyed the match. Enjoy, Punk's working with all kinds of, different styles of people and different people. So, he's getting his work in. He catches him, puts him in a GTS for the win. And again, a good way to start out the show. Moved on to Jurassic Park. Yeah, Jurassic Park. See, I am tired. Jurassic Express, Christian Cage defeated Red Dragon, to retain AEW tag team titles. And again, I always like when Jurassic Express is in the ring. I have no problem with Red Dragon. I think we all know they're talented at this point. Lots of spots in there, Jungle Boy and all that, but it didn't get, overly ridiculous, before they got the win. And, again, I dig them. They're good. They can go, they put on entertaining matches, which is one they can actually at least entertain you. No matter what you feel about gimmicks, they can go in the ring and entertain you. That's the important part. Kyle attacks him with the chair after. Then we get to see FTR enter on the ramp while Red Dragon's trying to get out of there. And again, FTR holds the Ring of Honor and AAA tag titles. I still don't like the way the AAA tag titles look. I'm sorry, everybody. Judge me. They look cheap and like actual toys. Like, I've seen better looking plastic replicas than those things look, in my opinion. And we'll see what they do with it. But again, I'm not a fan of FTR per se. Like, I just looked out in NXT. or the main rosters. Character wise, but they can go. So, I enjoy the matches. And I want to see what they're going to do between Jurassic Express and FTR. With all so they can have all the champions there. It'll be I'm excited to see what's going to happen with that because I think it's going to be a match that could tear the house down. Which, who doesn't want to see that? Regardless of what you think about characters, everyone should want to see people tear the house down every match, like we saw it in the Attitude Era. People were always going for it, and look how good everything was then. So hopefully they get it and put something really good together there, depending on when they do it and how they do it. Yeah, it's going to be slow. It's going to be fast like normal. We'll see. Captain Sean Dean defeated MJF again after he got counted out. Because, good old Wardlow. There he is on the other side of the barricade wearing an AEW staff shirt. And he hopped over that thing. MJF got out of dodge. We all know. And Spears hits him with the chair. He no-sells it. In comes the security. But he can't get back into the ring. MJF gets counted out. That's 2 straight losses to Captain Sean Dean. But we do get to see, a match between Wardlow and the Butcher. They're going to have so much stupid involved in it. But I do give them credit for how long they were, building the turn on MJF and how they're doing this. Like it is the longest thing I've seen them do personally. Like it's been months and months and months of building that one. So, I enjoy it. I enjoy that. This, doesn't get anywhere near him. Then he gets near him. Then he makes it all the way to ringside. They're doing it good. So I can't take anything away from them. I can't say anything bad. They're doing it good. So carry on with that. See what kind of stupid happens with his match against the Butcher because, well, we know there's going to be stupid involved against the Butcher. So see what happens and what level of stupid happens. But at least we get, a match. And then you're going to go through a lot of people until we get to the end there. But we'll see how it goes. Danny Garcia, Jake, there we go. See, Jake Hager and Chris Jericho defeat Eddie Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz in a trios match. Yeah. Jericho Appreciation Society steals it. Shocker. Attacks Eddie after the match. Shocker. And the greatest thing about it wasn't the worst. Marina Shafir defeated Sky Blue and all. In a really quick one by submission, but at least Sky Blue looked good. At least her backside and all that looked good while getting stomped. So there's the positive for that match. Good for Marina Shafir, I suppose. Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs defeat Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee. And I enjoyed a bunch of the match. The crowd was into it. And again, Ricky's from New Orleans. They're in New Orleans. So, they were extra into it because of that. And, no matter what the character is, it's nice to see someone like home and getting cheered. No matter what the character is. The fans are really happy to see him. I really, thought it was good until the ending. And Taz grabbed Keith Lee's boot to distract him for Hobbs to hit a spine buster and get the win. I find it dumb. What can I say? A lot of it's been, dumb, but I enjoyed seeing Keith and Swerve together. And I liked Swerve before he turned heel on NXT. I really liked it when he put together Hit Row. I thought all of that was done stupid, like the whole ending of all that. And I finally watched WWE Lost Treasures and seeing how much Top Dollar was there, like working and doing that for them to fire him, like it makes it even dumber. But overall, I was enjoying the match until that point. So now, sooner or later we'll get to one-on-one matches, and that's the important thing that we all want to see. Just less shenanigans. But again, they put together a good match, just like Samoa Joe and Minoru Suzuki, where Joe became the new Ring of Honor TV champion. And we saw the redness and the handprints and everything on them very early in the match. They slapped the hell out of each other. And they put on a good fight. So they just went at it, and I liked it. Like it was a good way to end off the night. Match wise, did Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt come out and give Joe the gift of a middle finger? Yes. did Satnam Singh, debut after the lights came back on, and they do the whole attack until Lethal closes it out with lethal injection? Yes. But was the match, just a slugfest? Yeah. I enjoyed the main event. It might not be your cup of tea. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but yeah, it's different from the stuff they normally do on the show. That's something stuck up in my nose there, but I enjoyed it. Just seeing them slap television, seeing Joe get, gold again. I think, being there in the lesser schedule, not being on the road 300, plus days a year is probably going to be, great for Joe's body, because he was just going and going and going. And, already had a bunch of injuries and is older. So the machine, like that schedule, like it's hard for young guys to keep up and, their body to keep going with stuff like that. So hopefully, he gets a good run out of that. Hopefully him and Jay Lethal, tear the house down. Like that Sasquatch guy, Satnam Singh. Maybe I don't know what they're gonna do with him, but he's a big dude. I can tell you that. I'm like, damn, that's a tree. Like they have lots of those down there now. So overall, I mean, Monday was the worst of them. Really was. It absolutely sucked. So 2.0 did a good job with matches, and so did Dynamite to make up for the stupidity. Now it's just to see where they go from, here. I just wish, hopefully SmackDown doesn't suck. Rampage is always hit and miss. But, hopefully they get everything, going for Raw, because it's just, they really have been abysmal to me. And you can try to tell me I'm wrong. You can try to argue with me. Like they have sucked. Absolutely. So might not like it, but it's the way it is. I mean, wasn't good. So we'll see where they go. But I'm going to jump off. Don't forget Rampage and SmackDown tonight. Rampage starts at a special 7:00, so it comes on before SmackDown. So see if that helps. Anything when it comes to ratings wise. Maybe they'll put on a good one. They have some good matches, slated. I hope the Texas Death match doesn't suck. We'll see, obviously. But thanks for checking me out. Thanks for watching, listening. Don't forget, follow along on all platforms. And like the TV screen says, like, share, comment, and repeat on all of them. The more you share it out, the more, eyes and ears gets on, the better it is. And I do appreciate every watching listen that I get from you guys. So enjoy the wrestling tonight, if it's possible. Make no promises on if it's going to be good. Be good to each other. Enjoy your weekend. I'll be back on Monday. So until then, my friends, peace.